What about a set? So here you can see we're going to look at sets. These are unordered and mutable collection of unique items enclosed within curly brackets. It does not allow for duplicate elements. So you cannot have 2 5s, 2 7s, 2 Johns, etc. Let's run this code. So what I've given it over here, I've named the variable simple set and I've given it these respective elements. You'll notice there are 2 car string elements, and then I tell it to print the simple set. Now notice, what is the difference between this line 4 and, for example, the list above that I generate? The difference is the curly brackets. Then it knows that it's a set. Now the output, you'll notice, does not repeat the second car. So in other words, a set does not repeat values. You will also notice that the output is not in the order that you have put it in originally, because what sets do is they do not guarantee order. So keep that in mind with a particular set. It will omit duplicate values and it will not keep the original order that you put in. Now in this example over here, you can see it went from the smallest value and went to a bigger value, and then it had a string value, and then it had an integer value, and then it had another string value. So there's no guarantee. If you do another output, it might scramble them again. So there's no guarantee with regards to that. The next line of code. So what I've done here is, if you want to print, for example, the second with a 1 element, there'll be an error. And that is because in sets you cannot access individual elements. That makes it quite a difficult one in that regard. So here's the error. You can't identify specific elements, which would be ideal under a list, for example. What you can do, however, is you can ask Python to identify whether or not a specific value, whether it be a string or an integer or a float, in the set. So here I say print water in simple set. So I'm asking it, find whether or not water is in this set that I've defined up here. If it is, you will generate a true. If it is not, you will generate a false. So if I had to change, for example, water to car, you will notice that it changes to a true, right? So if I change it back to water, it returns a false. So because there are no duplicates, what a set does is it allows you to put elements into the set, and it allows you the opportunity to identify specific elements as per that line of code that I've just gone through now. You cannot change values in a set, but what you can do is you can add or remove entries. So if I just run this code over here, you will see I tell simple set dot add, the function, add 72. So it adds integer 72, and remember, because the output does not give you a specific order, it scrambles it. It can appear at the beginning, can appear at the end, depending on how it feels, right? So if I print the simple set, you'll see that I've added 72. In this case now, it's added it to the end. Then if I want to remove a particular element, in this case now I say remove water, the string water, but remember there is no string water. So what it does then is it prints this error. And it says key error water. In other words, there's no water. So if I wanted to, for example, change or omit car, then instead of using the remove function, what I would do is I would rather use the dot discard method. I haven't done that example yet, but you can use the dot discard. So instead of using dot remove, use dot discard, and then you might put car in there, and then car will be removed. So that's an option over there.